We are live now. Yeah. Comrade, you can start. We are live.
Time is up. Oh, well, the history of West Bengal food movement of 1959 was a milestone of peaceful democratic movement in the state. This movement developed in the background of famine resistance committee formed by all opposition parties in 1954, which led a continuous campaign movement to mobilize people for food. And uh, in the background of the Great Famine of 1943 in Bengal, that was United Bengal pre-independence period, that um, taught a lesson to the people of Bengal that unless they can unitedly move for the, supply of food grains to the common people, that cannot be achieved. But in British India in 43, that could not be achieved. So lakhs of people, they died out of starvation, and that was a deserted truth in many parts of the state that united Bengal. But drawing the lesson, in 1954, the um, famine resistance committee was formed with the representatives of all opposition parties and individual citizens. That also could pave the way for food movement in different times in um, in India, as well in West Bengal. In West Bengal, it has been seen that unless a thorough campaign is undertaken in the villages, in the subad, in the towns and cities, then people, if they have got desire to unite, they can't unite themselves. As a result, it is seen, it has been seen in 1956, 57, 58 that uniting the people to fight for food, that could not be achieved. As a result, in 1959, in the month of February, there was a citizens' convention under the leadership of opposition parties and individuals. As a result, the price increase and famine resistance committee was formed. This time, this committee, that price increase and famine resistance committee, drawn a program of thorough campaign in the villages for the month of uh, March and April, and towns. Then in the month of June and July, in the subdivision and in the district headquarters, processions are to be taken. As well, the village level campaign is to be continued. And then it was decided that in all the district, in the district headquarters, mobilization is to be made, and procession, through procession, the deputation to the district magistrate and demanding food for all is to be submitted. As well, the prices were all time showing to the sky. This, the price rise is to be also tackled by the government. And it was then itself decided that 20th August, again, district level processions are to be undertaken. And several processions took place in different districts. Then on 31st of September, 31st of August, mobilization is to be done at Calcutta at the site of the Octoloni monument, which is now known as Shahid Minar. Accordingly, the mobilization was done, and it's to be noted for the present day generation that the Shahid Minar today was not actually the place during earlier days of Octoloni monument, since the big chunk of land was taken for bus stand and tram shed. So that is a now small place, Shahid Minar. Even then, more than 3 lakhs people they mobilized. It was decided the procession will start at 1:30, but subsequently it was announced there it will start at 3:30 only. Then procession started. 31st August at 3:30, procession started. Procession went up to the eastern side of Raj Bhavan, just at the side of Great Eastern Hotel. But it is to be noted, the then government, under the leadership of PC um, of Dr. B.C. Roy, he did not give any attention to tackle the food problem in Bengal. Rather, he was dependent on his food minister, Mr. P.C. Shen. This was done in the earlier days also, during the first ministry led by Dr. P.C. Ghosh. He also did not move for sorting out the prices of essential commodities and food. And it should be noted that Comrade Jyoti Basu was all time remained in the helm of all demonstration and procession. but he was absent. Not only Jyoti Basu, several tested leaders were absent. Some of them were arrested, and Jyoti Basu, including Jyoti Basu, some went underground. They they avoided arrest. So the Polish administration, they changed their strategy. We were standing. I was there as a young man of 19 years as a volunteer. So we are standing for about 2 hours. And then at about 5:30 to 5:40, they started, the police started tear gas shelling. And as well, they have started hitting the demonstrator with lathis. They, all on a sudden, the so much so tear gas shelling were um, done there. Nothing could be seen. We could not see each other like that, and eyes were burning. People, they could not come to the spot. All people could not assemble to the spot. Some procession came late. They were at the tail, and that was um, at the Karjan Park. They went inside the Karjan Park. Karjan Park was not cordoned like that. So went Karjan Park. These days it's called Shunnath Park. And at the site of the Red Road area. Police mercilessly beaten is a barbarous, atrocious beating on the people. People lied down. They were fallen. Many were bleeding. But even then, the police started beating. And it is also also seen that one of my friend, he was lying down on the uh, Karjan Park, and he had no dress, only undergarment and banyan, and he was bleeding also. But he had seen that the police coming during those days. The police boot, the sound was so high, could be guessed from distant place. So he has seen that those who are fighting with life, their head were broken by the lathis. In this manner, 80 people were killed by by police. The peaceful demonstrator, they were killed in this manner. This has this has got no parallel in the history of Bengal, either earlier in the British fight against British or during the Congress regime. So this the incident was so much so pathetic that they ran to beat the people, those who were not beaten, even at the side of the river Ganges. And some were, um, some were, some bodies were there at the side of the Ganges. Bloodbath took place there, and blood went to the Ganges also. And it is to be noted here, many people, writer, they they mix up the 31st August, 1st September, 2nd September, and 3rd September combined. They combine. On 31st August, police did not open fire. Only by use of the lathis, they killed 80 people. And um, they arrested uh, 20, 21,000 people, and 3,000 were injured, and um, then 100 people, more than 100 people taken to the hospital for treatment. That was the scenario on 31st August. And in protest of that, on 1st of September, the students' organization, leftist students' organization, they given the call of student strike, and it is seen Calcutta, nearby Calcutta, all students, they came from their campuses to assemble at the Calcutta University lawn. Calcutta University lawn during that point of time was a big lawn. Only there was a small area that covered by the Senate Hall, um, ground floor only, and that is the only hall. And the students covered entire College Street. Then from there, procession started from College Street towards Dharmatala, that is present Levin Sharoni, and on the way, at the site of the Subodh Square, during that point of time, that was Wellington Square, the police made barricade. In Wellington Square, opposite to Wellington Square, the House of Chief Minister, Dr. B.C. Roy. So they made a barricade, and the students, they were dispersed, tear gas selling, lathi charge, and firing. On 1st of September, firing took place severely, but the only 7 students died. I'm saying only the way they opened fire, many more students could die. They could be killed, but somehow they were saved. And second, there was again student uh, protest day, and on second evening, the price increase and Famine Resistance Committee given a call for general strike. On 3rd of September, there was general strike. This general strike was a, um, a full successful general strike. And I cannot show you the pictorial. The, the pictures are there, how desolate the street, how desolate the Howrah Bridge. During that point of time, there was only bridge, Howrah Bridge, a complete desolate. And people did not, they came out from the house. More so, the peasantry, they did not went to field for work. The working class, they uh, did not join in the work. It has been seen that in the Titagarh area, where lot of jute mill are situated, there mostly, you know, um, the workers come from different parts of the country. They also did not join in the work. Jute mill was completely closed. And in the Hill motor, it is seen that they came out, they did not work in the shift when they were there in the night. They came out and extended support to the Hartal, to the strike call. This way, you know, the people started protesting from different walks of life. It is been seen that the educationists, they were very angry. And on 4th of um, September, when a Martyrs column was made there at Jadavpur University, there the then Vice Chancellor, Dr. Triguna Sen came there from his office to garland the martyrs column. It has also been seen that in Bangavashi College, Central Calcutta, martyrs column was made. The principal P.K. Basu came down from his office to garland that. In this manner, in many educational institutions, the principals, the chief of the educational institution came down to garland the martyrs column. So that was the response of the people of West Bengal against the barbaric, atrocious activities of the police on 31st August to cow down the food movement. Here, I want to uh, refer some of the observation of the then um, Communist Party of India's Central Executive Committee's um, resolution. I want to refer there. It is been written over the past 3 years. The food situation in the state has gone from bad to worse as a result of the as a result of the cornering of food, cordoning of the food, food grains by the hoarders, and all-round corruption and maladministration in the food ministry under the minister in charge, the P.C. Shen. And the way um, 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 the executive committee expressed their indignation, they say, what is even more shocking and deplorable is that instead of changing its discredited food policy, the state government choose to suppress the peaceful food movement, which the price increase and famine resistance committee was compelled to launch after all their constructive proposals for the tackling the food problem had been arrogantly spurned by the government. I have already said that the deputation was given to BDO, to SDO, to district magistrate, in and that all letters were all deputations were addressed to chief minister to tackle the situation, but nothing was done. Rather, atrocious attacks took place in different parts, and uh, and for that it is um, uh, it is found by the Central Executive Committee of CPI. During that time, there was a United Party. So the food movement has been a united front movement in every sense of the term. The price increase and famine resistance committee as a whole has given a leadership to it at every stage. Differences of views have no doubt arisen at times, and such differences are bound to occur when, as unity as of 10 parties are there. But these have been always ironed, ironed out through mutual discussion, and the price increase famine resistance committee has moved into action with one will and one program. This is the achievement of the um, um, price resistance committee, that is PIFRC. And here I want to say that uh, um, the way the atrocious actions of the government took place, that was opposed by different walks of life. I want to show a small picture have a small picture of the rural women who came and joined in the you know this procession. These people, uh, simple living poorer section of the society, they assemble. But it is to be noted that 31st August food movement has opened up the eyes of the common people in West Bengal. We demanded supply of essential commodities in fair price. We demanded the rice to the people are to be supplied by uh, 17 rupees 50 paisa. During that time, there was no paisa um, applicable, declared 1957, but it was not applicable that time. And a rice per month, that was the demand. And in other season, 22 rupees. Now 1 kg rice is that is because of the change of time, more than 20 rupees, 25 rupees, about 30 rupees is that all. But the cordoning system and helping the black marketeers, hoarder, and speculators, that was the policy of the government. So they did not um, uh, give any heed to the demands of the people. And we, during that time, that price increase and Days Committee all time demanded that 5 lakhs metric ton food grains are to be made reserved. They did not went for that. They did not give any heed to that demand. And we have seen that the demand of resignation of the food minister, that was not also hard. But looking to the happenings here in West Bengal, the central food minister, Mr. A.P. Join, resigned. And that also infuriated the people in Bengal. And um, what I want to say, that after that, we that uh, the committee and the parties, different political parties, they sat separately, they sat together, and they have they came to conclusion that the program which they took, the Famine Relations Committee took, it was implemented in such a magnificent manner that the food movement would gather the support of the working class, peasantry, middle class employees, teachers, students, women, and youth, means all walks of life. Now, remembering the 59 food movement, I can say that West Bengal did not witness such a magnificent movement and its impact on the common people on any other movement, by any other movement which was witnessed by food movement. Thank you all, those who are hearing and those who organized this. Thanks. I conclude. Yes, Gaurav.